Hey guys, Irene here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will share step by step on how I achieve my painterly portraits I take in my living room. We will talk about inspiration, setup, lighting, gear, and editing. I want to show you that you can easily achieve this look no matter your experience. And if you do decide to try out these tips, please tag me on Instagram or use hashtag Irene Rudnyk Inspired so I can see what you create. And just a quick mention before we start the video, I will be at Profusion Expo in Toronto November 9th and 10th. I will be presenting at Vistec main stage and I will be also doing demos at the Canon booth. So if you are attending, come and say hi. And if you're in Calgary, join Canon road trip event on November 12th. I will be there pretty much all day. I will leave links to both events in the description. Also, a lot of you already asking for Canon R6 Mark II review. And guys, it's in the works. It's coming very soon. And now let's get back to the video. All of my photo shoots start with planning and looking for inspiration. I will typically go to Pinterest and start searching for some keywords, and in this case I typed in old masters paintings portraits. A lot of pictures of redheads really stood out to me. Most of them were pre-Raphaelite paintings, and the common striking thing about them was the super long red hair. So I was really inspired by that look, and I definitely wanted to do something similar with my photo shoot. But you can take any other elements of the paintings that stand out to you. I also really loved the head wrap in many old masters painting, so I did a shoot inspired by that look with my sister, or the classic girl with the candle holder. I did that before as well and it came out really amazing. I chose models Sarah and Morgana because they both have beautiful long hair, but I wanted to make it more dramatic, so I used some hair extensions that I curled and clipped to their own hair. I wanted to incorporate some flowers as they are a typical element in a lot of classic paintings, and these purple-pink roses looked gorgeous to me, so I had to grab them. But if you do not want to splurge on flowers, you can always just use fruit for some still life element like I did in this photo shoot, or you can also go for fake flowers, but I will say that the real ones will always look better. And based on my flowers, I decided on pale pink dresses, and both of the dresses are thrifted for really cheap. I never spend more than $25 on the dresses. I highly recommend checking out your local thrift stores and going into dress, blouse, and lingerie section, and don't skip the accessories either. You never know what kind of vintage treasures you might find there, and if you have no luck in those stores, even just a simple wrapped fabric around your model will give you that painterly look as well. It took me a while to figure out the color of the backdrop, but I finally decided on this blue one, and later I also shoot with a simple black one, but I would stick with just some simple texture backdrops. I love these two-sided foldable ones from Kate Backdrop. I will link them in the description. But if you don't have a good backdrop, don't worry, I'll show you how to replace it in Photoshop later in the video. So we have everything ready to shoot, so let's talk about lighting. I'm using continuous lighting here because it's great for both video and photo, and you can see exactly what the image is going to look like without firing the flash. So if you're just learning studio lighting, I would definitely start with continuous. It's just a lot easier to understand and adjust. But if you're using flash, it's actually just as simple, and here's the video where I used just one bare flash to get the same look. I will link it in the description. So this continuous light is Aperture Amaron 200D. It's actually quite affordable, small and light, which makes it perfect to use in a small location like my living room. The modifier I'm using is from Aperture as well. It's their Light Dome 2. If we look back at those old masters paintings, we will notice that most of them have that classic Rembrandt lighting. It's very simple yet super effective, and sometimes the most simple things are the best. To get this look, just position the light a bit above and on the side. This will give us a very beautiful dimension to the face, where one side has more light and the other one is more in the shadow. I like to keep my light pretty close to my subjects for a more contrasting look, but feel free to experiment with the distance or even try feathering the light by directing it even more so to the side like I have it here. As for my equipment, I'm using Canon EOS R5 and the RF 50mm 1.2 lens. I do tend to stick to classic portrait lenses like 50 or 85mm to achieve this painterly look. And when you're shooting indoors, in my opinion, it doesn't even matter at all if you're using expensive gear or entry-level gear. Here's a comparison of a shot I did with my R5 and the 50mm 1.2, and on the other side we have the shot I took with the RP and the EF 50mm 1.8. And to be honest, I actually sometimes do prefer the lower megapixel sensors because they give you almost more texture, which looks very painterly to me. Yes, so get back into... Okay. Oh, I really like that actually, Sarah. Yeah, I like the one profile. Yes, yeah. Like, don't hide your neck, especially too much, but get closer. Yes, there you go. That's better. Yes, that's beautiful, you guys. Get close, like touching, yeah. Yes. Wow. Wow, that looks amazing, you guys. Oh wow, oh my god, that looks so good. Put it closer to, like the hand closer. Yes, so that you don't cover your face. Yes. I do like it, just maybe a tiny bit lower. So like, maybe like you almost like grab her hair kind of. And then this thing just a little bit lower. And I do like the both hands here. I think it's cool. Yes. Wow, that's so pretty, you guys. Where is your hand, Morgan, and the other one? Yeah, I want to see at least one of your hands. Yeah. Sarah, what if you bring your chin up here? But yeah. Yes, yeah. Yeah, that's really nice. But if you hold them like really close, kind of like this too, but not on this side, but try it on the other one. So kind of like, look, on this side where you don't have the flower, and just kind of like almost like this. Like honestly, if you know these flowers, whatever, you can just kind of yes, and turn your head more. No, the other way. Yes. Oh my godness. Have just them all like this this, but then one of them you're holding kind of like kind of close to you. You can just kind of play around. I'm gonna yes. This, and then another one in your hand, but like also doing that. Oh, I do like that. What if you hold it with both of your hands? What if you look at me here? So finally, I have a few tips on editing, and this is the final touch that will make your images very painterly. And the first thing I do is replace the background with an actual painting. I get those backgrounds from the Met, from their open source section, which means that you can use those images however you want in your own art. They are copyright free. I actually have a full video on my YouTube channel on how I do that, and I go into full detail on how to download the backgrounds and how to mask your subjects and replace the background in Photoshop, and I will link that in the description. Definitely check it out. And the next step is color grading. A lot of old paintings get that yellow tarnished look from the aged varnish that coats the painting, and so I wanted to emulate that a bit, and to do that I played with color balance first. So this image already has the background replaced, the skin retouch, and some dodge and burn. And I'm gonna start with the color balance. So I'm gonna open my adjustment layers and find the color balance. I'm gonna start with the midtones, and I'm gonna make them a lot more yellow and also a little bit of green. And honestly, I think I could just leave it at that, and that would have that yellowish tarnished kind of painterly look to it. But we can go into highlights and maybe balance it out a little bit with the red, just so that the skin doesn't look too greenish. And we can go into the shadows now and play around maybe a little bit with the cyan. No, I think, oh, maybe just a little bit actually, yeah. Just a tiny bit. Let's see, maybe a little bit of green, a little bit of blue, yellow. No, I think we're gonna leave it. Yeah, let's leave it like this. So let's look at the before and after. Yeah, it just gives it that nice, really painterly look. And then we can go into the selective color. And another thing I love to do is go into whites and bring them up just a little bit. Do you see what it does to the highlight? It just kind of livens up the picture just a little bit. And we can add a little yellow tint to the highlights to again give it that kind of varnished look. Yes. Oh, actually, let's go into greens like this and make them just a little bit more green. Maybe add a little bit of like a bluish tint to this. And then to make her hair more red, let's make the hair more red and a little bit of yellow and brighten it up. All right, that looks great. So I would just recommend to play around with the color balance and the selective color and play more into the yellows and the greens. So this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and maybe I inspired you to try and create some painterly portraits. Give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!